Hey guys, today I'm going to be demonstrating a chocolate peanut butter tart. Okay, so we're going to start with the tart dough. Right here I have some butter and I have some powdered sugar. We're using powdered sugar versus granulated sugar because powdered sugar will give a crumbly texture to the dough. And I have our dry ingredients right here. It's flour and salt and cocoa powder. So we're going to use the creaming method. The first thing we have to do is add the butter. And we can add the powdered sugar. We'll start that on low. Okay, as you can see, all the butter came together with the sugar, made one big mass, which is what we want. There aren't any lumps. We're gonna give it a good scrape down. Okay, and now we are going to add about half of the dry mixture. And we'll start off slow. Okay, it's combined a bit. So now we can add the other half. And we'll start off slow again. Okay, it's combined. You can see it's pulled away from the sides of the bowl, which is what we want. It's pretty incorporated, but not fully incorporated, which is perfectly fine. I'm going to lift this up now. I'm going to just scrape everything around, run my fingers through. Get everything off the attachment. Now I'm just going to combine all of this, form it into a ball, wrap it in plastic wrap, and let it sit for 20 minutes in the refrigerator, just so the butter firms up a little bit when we roll it out. Okay, so the dough has been in the refrigerator for close to a half hour, and it's firm enough to roll out. When we work with chocolate dough, we want to roll it out between parchment or use cocoa powder. We don't want to use flour like we normally would for another dough because it will leave a weird, just an unattractive gray streak all over the pastry. So I'm trying to keep it in a disc as I'm flattening it a little bit. So you want to start from the center, just kind of flatten it a little bit. Okay. We wanted about a 1/4 inch. Okay, we are going to release it. From the parching paper, and then just lay it back down gently. I might actually going to add a little bit of cocoa powder just so it doesn't stick. Now I'm going to flip it and do the same thing. A little bit of cocoa powder. All right, I have a pan here. I think we're in good shape. I might just cut it down a little bit. The nice thing about tart dough is that it's very forgiving. Same thing with pie dough. If you have a tear or anything like that, you can absolutely just go right back in and fix it up. So I'm just going around. I want to trim it until the dough is about an inch or two away from the edge. Okay. Now I'm going to take our tart dough. Going to fold it in half. Bring over our pan. We are going to open it up. You have to be very delicate. You see how it tore there? That's okay. That's what I meant. It's very forgiving. So we're going to go in and lift it just slightly and just push it into the edges. Lift it and get it into the bottom of the pan. Gently, not too much pressure. We're just trying to get all of the air pockets out. Now I'm just going to take my finger. Sometimes if you can chill it at this point, but I like to kind of remove some of this excess. I'm just going to go around with my finger. If the dough was a little more stiff than it is right now, you would need to use a paring knife. But since it's soft now from rolling it out, I could just go around with my finger and trim off this excess dough. We want the edge to look nice. Same thickness and consistency all around. Should be about 1/4 inch. Okay, I like the way this looks. I'm just going to pop this back into the refrigerator for about 20 minutes and let it harden up again. Tarts come out of the refrigerator, it's firmed up now. You want to start poking it with a fork. This is called docking. The reason we do this is to release any air from the dough when it bakes. Gets rid of all of that steam. So hopefully there aren't any bubbles or patches in your dough. All right, now we're going to pop it in the oven at 350 we'll check it in about 20-25 minutes. Let's start the filling. In the mixer I have cream cheese and I have peanut butter and I have the paddle attachment on. So we'll start creaming this, they're both soft. We You want to cream soft ingredients so it comes together nice and easy and there aren't as many lumps. Now I'm just giving it a good scrape. I'm gonna mix it a little more. Okay, I'm going to scrape it again. Get underneath the bowl as much as possible. I'm going to put it on low, and I'm going to add the vanilla and the sugar. Okay, now let's stop it. Scrape it down. We have to take it off the mixer and fold in whipped cream. Okay. Going to start with about 1/3 of the whipped cream. Fold it in. Just go over and under. We can start and be a little not as gentle with this at first. Okay, I'm going to add another 1/3. Just folding over and under. Now I'm going to put this in the refrigerator until the tart shell has cooled down. Okay, next we are going to make the ganache glaze. Here I have some cream that I just boiled, and I'm going to pour it over our chocolate, the chocolate chips. I'm going to let this hang out and melt down for 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, so this has been sitting here for a couple minutes. Now we want to start stirring it. We want to make sure our spoon doesn't leave the bottom of the bowl. We don't want to introduce too much air into this mixture when we stir it around. And stay in the center when you are mixing. As you can see, it's starting to branch out and become a homogeneous mixture. If you still have a little bit of chocolate that hasn't fully melted, that's okay. You could just put it in the microwave for 30 seconds and then stir it. Okay, I'm going to put this off to the side, and then I'm going to check on our tart and see if it's cooled. Okay, so our tart shell is all cooled down, and now we can remove it from the tart pan. So the tart pan is 2 separate pieces. First we remove the ring carefully, and then it comes off at the bottom here. Now we take the tart, we can lay it out, bring it over, and now we can fill it with our peanut butter mixture. We don't want to overfill it. Could always add more. Next we'll spread it out with this small offset spatula. You can turn the plate. I think I might remove a little more because we still have to put a layer of that chocolate ganache glaze on. Just want to make it nice and smooth. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect because we are putting the glaze on it and no one will see. We just want it to be even more than anything. Okay, now I'm going to set this in the refrigerator for a few minutes until our ganache glaze has cooled down a bit. All right, the ganache has cooled. We can start to pour a little on. You don't want to go overboard at first. You just want a thin layer. So let's see what that does. We'll do the same thing, we'll just spread it. We just want to cover our peanut butter filling underneath. We want it to be a nice, thin, even layer all around. Okay. Now we have an option to add some more texture to this. I'm going to add some peanuts, some chopped up toasted peanuts. You can do this in a lot of different ways. It adds some texture, that's what we want. You can take it and go straight across the tart in a stripe, almost in a diagonal line. That's one option. You could take some and go around the entire border of the tart. I like that one the best personally. Just go around the entire thing, and that way everyone gets a try. Or you could just be adventurous and go over the entire thing. It's really smart to use peanuts as a garnish to let people know that there's peanut butter inside the tart because it's such a big allergen. So once this is all done, I would let it hang out in the refrigerator for maybe 20 minutes or so again, just to get that final ganache layer set, and then it's good to go. You can cut it and eat it. All right.